It's over. We are screwed. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Rumble Rush video. And I woke up to some news, like everybody, very, very surprised. So when you first open to the game, if you haven't already, it opens up and talks about end of service, and it says a notice. And so when I saw that, I just assumed it meant like the end of the maintenance, and that it was saying like the normal, like maintenance, like, hey, we get 100 gems, here comes the new island. And I was really excited about it. But that's not what happened. As you can see, they are ending the service on July 22nd. What does that mean? No one fucking knows. No one knows what end of service date means. Does that mean the game ceases to exist and you can no longer log in? Does that mean that all these things that they've had planned keeps going and that, you know, all that happens and then all that happens is it just stops updating? We don't know. But I'll give you some of my ideas of what I think is happening. But first, let's get into what all they're planning. They wanted to introduce our plans to the end of service, share some of the details of the events that we're planning. So I just skimmed this when I read it, and I didn't understand what they were doing until I saw. So that's what's coming up in the short time left before the end of service. And I was like, wait, what? Back up. So what they are doing, they're talking about the different seeds that are coming right now. We're in the Arceus Sea, then we're in the Greninjas and Wonders of Kalos, which is going over the X and Y Pokemon. And they're doing different Battle Royale Cups with a week in between each one that starts. Basically, they're doing more to just pump into the game. And then also in the end of service notice, they talk about how there's no more paid items, which I think is a really cool thing we'll get to in a second as well. But they are still giving you the diamonds, and you can still use the diamonds that you have. So let's jump into what I think is going to happen. What I imagine on July 26th is just the servers are going to go down. I don't think they're going to keep the game around. I could be wrong. This is just purely speculation, and everyone is speculating right now because unfortunately they gave us no real details, which is frustrating. It seems like on July 2nd or July 22nd, they're just going to end the game and just terminate it. And when you open the app, I imagine it's going to have some sort of error or like a thanks for playing. But it could keep going on. What I could see them doing if they didn't end the game is they'd let you just keep playing the game on whatever island it ends on. I'm just going to play as we talk about everything. But I don't know. I don't know that for sure. No one knows. I could see that happening, but there really wouldn't be any point to it. You can't spend money on the game, which is fine. You shouldn't be able to spend money on a game that's dying or dead at that point. But what you can do is you would possibly just keep playing the same island over and over, and then eventually you get all the Pokemon, and you know it's pretty finite at that point. I could see them possibly doing that, or maybe even opening up to different islands, and you can choose whatever island you want to do. That way, it keeps some sort of longevity, but while it's keep going. But most likely, I think it's just going to end the service completely. So who knows? Realistically, no one knows, and we're all just kind of speculating. What I think went wrong with this game, I think that a lot of stuff was just completely overpriced in this game. And I can go over it real quick and show you guys just how expensive everything is. Roughly 100 diamonds is $1. It could be cheaper if you bought more, but it's around that price. And you can open my 3-hour ore that I had going, or maybe this is a 10-hour ore. No, it's unusual. It's a 3-hour ore. You could spend, let me show you, when I try to open a 3-hour ore, which isn't even the best ore, is 54 diamonds. That's 50 cents to open. If you want to open a 10-hour ore, which is probably what you'd be focusing on, that's 300 gems, which is about $3. That's astronomical and not really worth paying for. You could do another coin rush for 100. That would probably be your best bet in regards to spending money, is to get more Pokédollars. Or like I said in that tips video, is buying Plenty of Pokemon, which was $4. That was the only thing that was really worth anything, was the Plenty of Pokemon, which made you get more Pokemon when you did everything. That's unfortunate. I have to go through my power gear limit. You know what? Oh, I was going to say, let's just use our diamonds that we used on yesterday, luckily. So you could have used it that way. And also just the way they set up all of this payment systems. Like, why is it 300 gems to open a 10-hour ore? It should have been 100. And don't give as many free-to-play gems. I think that the issue is there was no real incentive to pay money for the game. And as a free-to-play person, this was lovely. I love not having to pay a bunch of money for my game. But as someone who wanted to see this game continue to grow and continue to actually have players, that's not possible. You can't have all of your players be free-to-play players, or else you're not going to have a game. If you make a free-to-play game, you have to have an incentive to actually spend money, and there was none in this game. I mean, you could look all over to find reasons to spend money on this game, and there really wasn't much. You could do the tournaments and spend 100 coins there, you could do the ores and spend 300 diamonds there, or you could do these daily stages. First off, who in the actual hell is spending 300 gems, and sometimes these went up to like 780 gems? Who is spending almost $8 doing one stage with possibility of better Pokemon? Who's doing that? Let me tell you, nobody. And if anybody was, it was ridiculous, and they would realize it's not worth the money after doing it once or twice. There wasn't an incentive to spend money on this game, and there needed to be. Don't get me wrong, I don't think they needed to make it pay to win, although it really was with plenty of Pokemon, but it's a game where pay to win is not that big of a deal. Yeah, you're competing against other people to get the best CP, but that's mostly just putting a ton of time into the game once you get further in. It's just frustrating. The developers took what could have been a good game and just kind of ruined it with not good spending opportunities. And second, I think a big problem as well, why was there not shiny Pokemon? There never was shiny Pokemon throughout this whole process of the game. Never once did they release that. That would have been such an easy release. And you could have sold like an extra shiny chance for even more money. Like sell the shiny chance for, you double your shiny chance for 24 hours for 100 gems. That would have been a huge hit, and people would have spent buku bucks on it. Shinies run Pokemon. Pokemon is so popular with shinies. This should have been a thing back when the game first came out. There's really no excuse to not have had shinies in this game. And just also the lack of content. The content in this game is extremely bare bones. There was barely anything to do, literally. And don't get me wrong, that's kind of Pokemon Rumble's shtick. There really isn't much to do other than go forward and kill things. There isn't much, so, it was kind of limited to the game in which it's being a part of. But that doesn't mean there wasn't things they could have done. The Battle Royale, although it was easily my most hated mode and I fucking hated it, could have been fleshed out better and could have been done better in the sense that there was more control over this. They could have added various things to the game, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head they could have done, but it's easy to have just implemented better ideas and better ways to spend money in the game. Instead, they just kept doing the same thing, and eventually it died out in a year. I think the developers didn't really care about this game. I think if they played their own game, they would recognize who the fuck is going to spend diamonds on this. We need to give a better incentive to spend diamonds. And that would have gotten them more money. I think they had a good... You have Pokemon in your name of your game. If you have Pokemon in the name of your game, you are going to sell stuff. So please, please don't take advantage of that opportunity and actually use it in a smart way, because they could have gotten so much out of it that they just didn't, and it's just frustrating. If I was a game developer and I got the opportunity to make a Pokemon game, it would be huge. It would be... Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I would make an amazing Pokemon game, but I in the sense that I would have made sure that I used all of the opportunities I could and thought of everything. Maybe this didn't have a very big developer crew. I don't know the backstory of this game. Maybe they just were pretty bare bones, and I'm sure toward the end they were. But when you're going to launch a game and have the Pokemon brand, you gotta have shinies in some way, shape, or form. Please put shinies in the game. It's just, especially in a game where you can hunt for Pokemon non-stop, if you have an opportunity to hunt for shinies, you got a huge hit. It's the reason why the original Pokemon Rumble that came out on the Wii is the most popular version still. People still play that game because they're shinies, and people really enjoy shiny Pokemon hunting. And it could have been a big opportunity if they would have just, at the very least, had shinies. Especially at the beginning of the game, because I think a lot of people saw this game, saw how shallow it was, left instantly. They added a few things, but not a ton, and it certainly wasn't going to keep people around. So, I don't know, it's just my thoughts that I'm thinking off the top of my head as I've played this game for the past couple months. I've enjoyed making YouTube videos, and now for what exactly I'm going to be doing for the future, I don't plan on making videos anymore. This is probably going to be my last Pokemon Rumble Rush video. I may do another one when July hits, and see if they kept the game around, and if they did, I would really only do a video if they kept the game around, and see what it's like now that the game's still here, and maybe do a couple videos then, but I wouldn't make it a continuous thing, because I'm not going to play a game that's going to die. I can't put time into a game that's going to be all thrown away anyway, so there's no real incentive for me to keep playing, nor for anyone. I'm glad they stopped the spending. I think that was a really cool idea that they did. They didn't have to do that, and they could have milked it for all it was worth until it died, but I was glad that they did take spending out of the game, because people will still would have spent money on the game, but now they can't, which is good. Finally, yeah, so I'm not gonna make any videos. If you guys are interested, I have started doing Pokemon Planet videos. It's a Pokemon MMO. If you haven't played it, you should really check it out. You play it in your browser. It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it's a Flash game, so you only have, if you want to play it on mobile, you can. You just have to play it through a Puffin browser. It's called Puffin on the the Play Store, and on the App Store on iPhones. I have both versions. I have the iPhone version, well, the iPad version, and the Android version. The iPad version costs $5, and it works fantastic. I will say, if you're playing on a phone with that game, it's hard to play. I have it on my iPad, and it works wonderfully, though. But yeah, that's just the game I've been playing recently, and I've been streaming it as well. If you guys are interested in live streams, check me out on Twitch. I stream at the same name. It's _Phantom_fam. And I'll have the link in the description. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday, and I have a really good time with that game. It's a brand new game. I did a video on it. If you're interested, I'd say check it out, and I plan on continuing to do videos on that game. I'll no longer be doing videos on this game, though. There's no real point since it's dying. I don't have any real incentive to keep making these videos, but I will still be making videos. I'm not going away. I still plan on doing about 3 or 4 videos a week if I can, as much as I can on this new Pokemon Planet game I've been playing. It's not new, it's pretty old, but it's new to me, and it's just a lot of fun. So I highly suggest you guys check it out. I'll be streaming tonight, 7:30 sharp. Make sure you're there. It'll be a ton of fun. I have a lot of fun with that community. It's a really cool game. If you like grindy games like this, it's perfect for you. It's a very grindy Pokemon MMO, fan-made. It's really, really fun. So I suggest you checking out. But I thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more Pokemon Planet videos. I will no longer be doing Pokemon Rumble Rush videos. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this closing down. Was this a surprise to you? Did you see this coming? You know, what do you think about it? So I'll see you guys in the next video.